All right, so let's look at one of my favorite new feature of Business Central 2023 Wave 1 release. Analyze, group, and pivot data on BC22 list pages. So on a list page, we want to analyze the data, then the Microsoft has provided this new feature. So let's see how to activate the feature and then how to use that feature. So first, let's go to Business Central public preview version and search for feature management. So here we can see all the latest features that Microsoft has provided, and some of them are enabled and some of them are not enabled. So if you want to enable, then you can enable them for all users, okay? Or you can just click on try it out so that it will be available for only you till you close that session, okay? So here you can see that feature update analysis mode quickly analyze data directly in Business Central. So today we are going to check this feature. So instead of enabling, so as I mentioned, we can just click on try it out. So when we click on try it out, it is going to open the Business Central in a new tab with enabling that feature. So that feature will be enabled only in this tab. So once we close this tab, that feature will be disabled in Business Central. So now it is enabled. So let's see how to use that one. Okay. So for example, let's go to any list page. So let's say customer ledger entries. Okay. So here, when you open the list page, so now you will notice that there is a new Boolean called analyze. Okay. So which means it will show analysis mode. So just to start with, analysis mode. So if you want to filter any records, then you can do the filtering here. So if the records are more than 100,000, then it's better to filter the records in the list page by few customers or only for few years or whatever. So you can set those filters and then you can click on analysis mode. So once you click on the analysis mode, see the view has changed. Okay, so there are two parts to it. So the first part is the main data area. So these are the main data area, and in the bottom you can see that the total rows. So for example, in this view, the customer ledger entry. So right now we have 415 rows, and if you go to the end, you can see that sum of the original amount, sum of amount, sum of amount LCY, and all these fields. So where do we get this data? So here you can see that right side column option. So when you click on column option, so here you can see that the values like sum of original amount, sum of amount, all these fields. So if we have any decimal fields, then the analysis mode automatically create some of those values in analysis mode. Okay, and now so you can see that there are some columns that you want to see or not. So here, if you don't want to see some fields, then just untick them, and they will be hidden from this view. So if you want to group any data also, then you can add those fields into these row groups. So for example, I want to group all these customer ledger entries by, let's say, customer name. So now we can go and drag the customer name into row groups. Now you can see that all the rows are grouped by customer name. So we can expand them and we can see how many entries are there. So here we can see that there are 83 entries for customer Belly Cloud. Okay. So if you still want to group them by, let's say, document type, for example, so you can drag document type under customer name. Now, if you expand Relay Cloud, so you can see that the invoices and payments, and you can see the sum of those decimal columns as well. So for Relay Cloud customer, there are 43 invoices and 40 payment entries. So similarly, you can define different filters, just like how we used to do it in Excel. Okay, so there is another option called pivot mode. So when you click on that pivot mode, then it will show us the pivot mode as well. So if you want to enable any views, then you can enable them. So here you can see that column labels are visible. Okay, so if you want to see any particular columns, then you can drag those columns here. So for example, if you don't want to see document type as separate group, but you want to see it as a column group, then you can simply drag it onto column labels. So here you can see that the invoice and the payment tabs separately. So sum of original for invoices, sum of payments for separate tab. So you can use it in different ways for different purposes. So right now you can see that this is one view. So here we have one analysis one. So you can rename it to whatever name you want. For example, test one, let's say. So you can rename it. So if you want to create different analysis view, then you can click that plus symbol. So which will create new analysis, and you can rename it to something else like test 2. Okay, and you can duplicate the previous analysis view, and you can arrange the analysis views, or you can delete. So once you delete it, it will be gone, and if you delete all, then in the first by default analysis view will be shown. Okay, so this will be available for only you, not for all the users. So whatever modifications you do here, so that will be applicable to only you. Okay, so you can create multiple analysis views, and you can do all the analyzing and grouping and pivot related things in Business Central itself. So no need to export the data to Excel and do all that analysis in Excel anymore. So once we disable this one, so it will move back to our normal PC list page mode. All right, so I hope you like this feature. So please try it out and provide your feedback to Microsoft. Thank you all.